Within the Daily Bugle, editor Robbie Robertson welcomes back ace reporter Betty Brant. It just wouldn't be the Bugle without her. Of course, this is the first time Betty has gotten a chance to see the new offices. Smaller space, ground floor, people filming web videos. Call her crazy, but Betty just doesn't think it feels like the old Daily Bugle that she remembers. Then, seconds later, a hole is punched through the side of the wall. A massive, muscular woman stands tall on the other side of the hole and demands to know the location of Spider-Man. Okay, Betty says. Now it feels like the Bugle. Again, the woman demands that the reporters either inform her on Spider-Man's location or they can summon Spider-Man to the Bugle. The woman's name is Angelina Brand-Kale, and she is the villain known as Stunner. Ms. Brand-Kale, Robbie begins. You've been away for a while. Things have changed. We're not on good terms with Spider-Man. But don't worry. If you're a criminal in this town, he'll find you. And how exactly does he go about doing that? Stunner asks. Robbie points to a nearby spider pod and tells her Spider-Man has thousands of the small surveillance drones across the city. It's worse than the NSA. A sinister smirk spreads across Stunner's face as she puts the pieces together. So, all one has to do is commit a crime in front of those cameras, like the one over there. Meanwhile, at Empire State University, Otto stomps out of the conference room in a fit of rage. It's a disaster, he tells Anna. Peter, calm down, she pleads for him to slow his pace. Calm down, he asks. How can I? I've been accused, Anna, of stealing every idea in my thesis from the work of Dr. Otto Octavius. Anna Maria offers to speak with Lamaze privately, to talk him down. If anyone, perhaps he will listen to her, and they can nip this in the bud. Nipping? Bah, I need leverage. Ransack his office, find something to use against him, or intimidate him. Yes. Pete? A retractable platform over some piranha? No, a kraken. No, a robot double. A decommissioned LMD. Program it to be Lamaze and have it recant. Yes. Anna Maria chuckles. Ha! Robot double? Had me going for a moment there, Slick. Fine. Got that out of your system? Now, realistically, what are you going to do? Peter? By the time Anna Maria looks back, Otto is already gone. I won't stand for this, he muses as he crawls up a nearby building. Suit, compress civilian clothes, and be quick about it. Lamaze will present a report to the dean tomorrow about his accusation. This could destroy everything Otto's worked for, ruin his life as Peter Parker, and adversely affect how Otto functions as Spider-Man. Just think of all the good Otto's done. Why should that suffer? All because Lamaze wants to meddle in his affairs? He's at fault here. And dealing with him, why, that's for the common good. Yes, Otto would definitely be in the right. Suddenly, Otto receives a call from one of his spiderlings back on Spider Island. Boss, come in. This is Spider Island calling Spider-Man. Please respond. What is it, you dolts? I'm busy. Sorry, boss. One of the spider bots called something in. One of your old bad guys is attacking the Daily Bugle. Thought you'd want to know. Which one? That blonde Amazon woman, sir. Stunner. Angelina? Otto gasps. After a moment of silence, the spiderling asks, Should we bring out the spider mechs? No, Spider-Man tells him. I will deal with this myself, personally. Soon after, Spider-Man arrives at the Daily Bugle and finds Stunner flipping cop cars and eating bullets. It is you, he says, astounded. You're back? But how is that even possible? Last I saw, you were in a vegetative state. Stunner drops the 2 police cars she's holding up. They crack the ground as they land. I was, she scowls. But then I literally got my life back. And it was all thanks to you, Spider. You did that. What? How? Stunner charges the wall crawler. By murdering my beloved. It happened when you killed Otto Octavius. Elsewhere, at Potter's Field, a prison graveyard, Carly Cooper pays her final respects to Peter Parker at the grave of Otto Octavius. I am so sorry, she says, gripping on her journal with one hand and setting down a bouquet of flowers with the other. You fought for all of us, and we never knew it. Even worse, the whole time we thought you were a monster, a menace, and you still kept at it, because that's who you are, a hero. Oh God, you tried to tell me, and I didn't believe. I couldn't. You died, and no one mourned you. Till now. Well, that's going to change, because I know, and soon the world will know, and they'll all come here to say. As Carly steps forward to place the flowers near the tombstone, the ground collapses from under her. She screams for a short moment. The surprise, for her, is more alarming than the fall. But then, Carly notices that the hole, and by extension the grave, is empty. Before she can examine anything any further, Carly is attacked. In front of the Daily Bugle, Spider-Man attempts to avoid Stunner and, still, somehow tries to talk her down. Her ferocious fists split the pavement and crush the surrounding cars. My Otto was dead, she screams. Killed by Cain. But I took part in a ritual, sacrificing my own life so he could live again. I remember, Spider-Man says. But it worked. You gave Otto a second chance. And you took it from him in that final battle in Columbus Circle. Oh, right. I did that. Stunner, please, if you let me explain. No! Enough talking! I hate you! You've taken everything from me. Everything but this holographic suit. And my pain. My dear Angelina, I don't wish to hurt you, but I have no time for this, so... Spider-Man tries to trap Stunner in his webs. At first, she scoffs off his attack. Spider-Man's webs have never been able to contain her before. But, thankfully, Otto has a new formula. Stronger, longer lasting, in short, superior. It's more than enough to deal with Stunner's densest hard light form. Otto then orders his spider bot to triangulate where Stunner's holographic transmission signal is coming from, and to shut down Angelina Brancale's virtual reality rig. With that, Spider-Man swings away, telling the nearby police officers that he has better things to deal with. As he leaves, Stunner chuckles. Spider-Man has always been so cocky. He never did give her enough credit. She isn't nearly as dense as he thinks she is. Spider-Man zips back to the university. His entire future as Peter Parker depends on it. He needs to find Lamaze before his trail grows cold. Fortunately, Otto finds Anna Maria has been keeping the professor occupied this whole time. Dr. Lamaze, please. When it comes to Peter, there's something we both know you're overlooking. And that would be what, Ms. Marconi? His mind. You've seen him attack calculations at amazing speeds, twist complex thoughts and theories, bending them to his will. Why would a man with an intellect like that need to steal any idea? Otto tunes in on their conversation with an adjustment to his earpiece and is at a loss of words. Anna understands him like no one else ever has. But then, Spider-Man's spider sense goes mad when a city bus full of pedestrians gets thrown at him from behind. Spider-Man jumps out of the way just in time, and the bus scrapes the top of the building he is perching on instead. The large vehicle tips downward as it clears the building and begins to fall, casting an ominous shadow directly over Anna Maria and Dr. Lamaze. Dear Lord, Lamaze gasps as he realizes what is happening. Spider-Man urgently leaps down to the ground and casts a web net to catch the bus before it can crush the two scholars. Move, he instructs. His muscles are on fire. I can't hold this. As if things weren't bad enough, Stunner appears. She pushes over a taxicab to give her space and flings a dumpster at Spider-Man's blind spot. We're not done here, Bug. Not till I say so. Not till I watch you die. Spider-Man's extra appendages appear from his back and, at the last second, knocks the dumpster aside. Stunner? He asks, surprised. You mustn't. There are innocent people here. Stunner examines Otto's extra appendages. 4 mechanical arms. No! Otto begs. Stunner curses him as she rips Spider-Man's arms right out of his back. How dare you! Sparks fly, and Spider-Man howls in pain. Seeing that he has little time to escape, Dr. Lamaze pushes Anna Maria aside in order to prop himself on his feet. Spider-Man can feel his grip loosening. Anna, please, get up. I can't. Stunner punches him, dedicating Spider-Man's up-and-coming defeat to her love.
Otto, wherever you are, beloved, I hope you can see this. This is all for you.
Spider-Man continues to beg Stunner to stop, but this just forces her hand even more. She wants Spider-Man to beg. She wants him to ask her for mercy, for forgiveness. She prepares for the final attack.
For the beautiful light you extinguish from this world, say it! Say his name! Let the last words from your lips be my dead Otto's name.
You don't understand, Otto explains. I am. Suddenly, Stunner begins to pixelate, and then dissolves into thin air. Otto's Spider-Bot successfully located and cut the wires on Angelina's holographic machine. Spider-Man, feeling a sense of relief, drops the bus.
Anna Maria!
He gasps.
Are you?
It's okay, Spidey. I crawled free. Those people on the bus, they'll be fine, Miss Marconi. Anna Maria? Ms. Marconi? You're being very familiar with me, Webhead.
Well, you know, Peter's my friend, and he speaks very fondly of you.
Oh, really? He does that a lot? Later, Spider-Man makes his way to Stunner's hideout to find Angelina sitting on the ground, unconscious, with her headset still on. She experienced a nasty neural feedback, but her pulse is steady. She'll pull through, but first, Otto is going to make sure to take her little toys. When Angelina wakes up, she immediately notices her VR headset is gone. But she's not alone. It's all for the best, my dear. And besides, you never needed it. You've always been beautiful to me, just the way you are. Otto Octavius, in all his white-suited glory, stands before her.
Otto? She says in disbelief. You're alive! But how?
My sweet Stunner, you're talking to Otto Octavius, the one and only Dr. Octopus. I am always finding new ways to cheat death. Angelina stands to her feet.
It's a miracle! I never should have doubted you. I should have known you'd find a way back to me. Wait, Otto, this means we can be together. We can finally have everything we ever wanted.
With a stern face, Otto tells her, No, I'm sorry, but in the time you're away, with this new lease on life, I found another. I'll always care for you, my dear, but today, more than ever, I know where my true heart lies, and what I must do to preserve my future happiness. Of course, this image of the former Otto is just a hard light construct. But while Otto has his old body, he decides to make a stop to see an old friend, Dr. Lamaze. The next morning, before the board, Dr. Lamaze rescinds his previous objections towards Peter Parker. He takes it all back and deeply apologizes for his previous slanderous remarks, as well as humbly beg for Peter's forgiveness. Well, Otto begins, That was quite to the point, Don. On the nose, you might say. And very big of you. On the way out of the room, Dr. Lamaze grabs Otto by the arm. Mr. Parker, a word, please. I had a visitor last night. It was Otto Octavius himself. He's still alive. He confided in me, told me your secret. Is it true? He said you were a child prodigy and his assistant. That it was you who came up with his greatest inventions. Oh, it's true, Otto tells him, but I wouldn't spread it around. You know how Otto can be, with his ego and all. The doctor agrees and waves goodbye to Otto and Anna Maria. Farewell, Mr. Parker. Or, should I say, Dr. Parker. Anna chuckles. See, Slick? No piranhas, no kraken, and everything turned out all right. You're a good person, Peter Parker. And in my experience, good things happen to good people. But that isn't always the case. Carly Cooper has been captured by none other than Lily Hollister, the villain known as Menace, and Carly's adopted sister, as well as mother to Harry Osborn's, or potentially Norman Osborn's, baby boy. Menace greets the Goblin King with her prize in hand, telling him that she's brought a present, a very special visitor from up above.
Oh, this ought to be good,
says the king.
All right, Menace, wow me.
Menace tells him,
I believe you know my dear sweet sister, Officer Carly Cooper.
Carly winces.
The police? You brought the police down to our secret lab?
Menace throws the king Carly's journal.
Oh, she's more than that. See, I've been keeping tabs on her. And my little Carly bear's been branching out. She's working on a book. Non-fiction.
The king opens the journal and flips through the pages. A sneer creeps on his face.
Oh, this is rich.
Trust me, it's a real page turner.
Shh, stop. Don't tell me another word. After all, you wouldn't want to spoil the ending.